Oh, the whole surface of my tongue. The whole surface. Oh, this is so not fun. Oh.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? For First We Feast, I'm Sean Evans, and you're watching Hot Ones. It's the show with hot questions and even hotter wings. And today we welcome Adam Richman back to the hot seat. He's the Travel Channel legend you know from shows like Man vs. Food and the best-selling books America the Edible and Straight Up Tasty. These days you can catch him on UKTV's Supperman and the Adam Richman's Quest for the Best YouTube channel. Adam Richman, welcome back to the show.
What's going on, buddy? Good to see you.
Good to see you too. And you know, you've taken on some of the spiciest challenges in the world, including hot ones a time before. Is it like riding a bike, or are you feeling some trepidation coming in here?
No, like some of these sauces are like riding a bike without a seat. It's tough. And in fact, I want to let everybody know that last dab, I thought I could just use like a little bit because the one that we did was really flavorful. This newest one was like, that'll take paint off your house. So I am legit terrified about this season's last dab. This joint right here. Oh boy, scary. Okay, the classic. How much is like the amount you say to add, Sean?
Well, you know, in these quarantine episodes, guys have been just dumping sauce all over the wing. So my only piece of advice is, for the love of God, be careful.
Okay, I respect that. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, this one's now going to be a component in all the rest of the wings. Okay. We're getting slathery, people. We're slathered.
So the pandemic has been a monumental challenge for pretty much every sector, but especially the hospitality industry, which has not only had to fight to survive, but also serve as de facto public health officials trying to figure out how to reopen. As someone who understands the restaurant business better than most, are there things that stand out to you that maybe the public doesn't fully understand when it comes to the problems facing restaurants right now?
I think that people don't realize how many factors go into the restaurant. They think that, the point of sale is where the restaurant experience kind of begins and ends, but it starts at the supply chain. There was an issue in upstate New York where farmers who were used to restaurants buying their produce, buying in bulk, and then suddenly, things go to waste. So there's a lot, and the restaurant owners are really up against it. And so any initiative you can find to help the hospitality workers, I say go for it.
And then this next question is not so much about picking favorites, but more about supporting indie restaurants in general. As a Brooklyn OG, are there 3 iconic Brooklyn establishments that you think need to be protected at all costs because of their cultural significance?
Can I get 5? Sean, I know I did this with you with my hip-hop Mount Rushmore, and I'm always like, give this guy a foot, takes a mile. But I'm going to say Brennan and Carr, the roast beef spot on Nostrand and U. Randazzo's for the best galama on Emmons Avenue. Junior's Cheesecakes. You got to protect Spumoni Gardens. And Nathan's. I'm feeling very, very good, which means that by the time I hit the sauces at this end, I'm in very big trouble. Also really good. Sour. It's almost like got a pickle juice vibe. But I'm into it.
So last time you were on the show, we talked about some of the obvious parallels between Man vs. Food and Hot Ones, but what's been even more fascinating to me is the way the Adam Richman name has been woven through the fabric of Hot Ones in the time since. As an Anglophile, how big a deal was it for you that Noel Gallagher gave you a cosign? That's not a guy who hands out compliments very easily.
That was, and then you were kind enough, thank you. It meant a lot that you were like, shout out Adam Richman, he's a friend of mine. And I remember he goes, is he? Oh, the fucking dude. And like, What's the Story Morning Glory was a huge album for me personally. So the fact that you exist in the consciousness of the mind of someone who's affected your life so profoundly just, I don't know. I was chuffed to bits. I was really proud. And I have to say the fact that he's sort of, it's unfortunate he, maybe threw shade on the reboot, but the fact that he was more with my version of MVF than the new one meant a lot to me too. Especially because Man vs. Food was such a personal project for me that the notion of someone else doing it kind of hurts sometimes.
Hey, I understand what you're saying exactly. When Complex inevitably replaces me with like Peter Rosenberg or some shit, I'm gonna be dancing on the grave too.
Come on, man. I'm gonna be, and when I start a band with my imaginary Mancunian brother, I'm gonna come on and go, yeah, I don't really care for the new guy. No respect, disrespect whoever you are, but. Habanero's the one that always wakes you up a little bit, going, yeah, you're not just having a meal with your buddy Sean, dude. You're doing an episode of Hot Ones. Habanero's always the one that's like, hi, remember me? See you in a little bit with that hickory hole.
From a culinary perspective, is the food in British soccer stadiums ahead or behind what they serve here in the United States?
It's very much behind. I think the dining sensibilities of an American sports goer and the dining sensibilities of the average football fan are a little different. Because when it's like pie and chips or like burgers and stuff like that is really all that's wanted, maybe fish and chips. Oh, the drool's coming. In America, we have restaurateurs curating everything. We've got the Danny Meyers of the world. I went to see a ball game in San Francisco and they have like hydroponic herbs growing.
Denmark's national soccer team houses the world's only stadium restaurant that has a Michelin star. It's called Geranium and it dishes out new Nordic cuisine. What do you think about that? Like, is that visionary or is that pretentious?
I think, it's a great question. I think if it brings in new fans to the game, it's visionary. If it's just like, oh my God, this place is so elite and it's so whatever, and ignoring the match, then I feel it's like pretense. But when you have great players like Christian Eriksen, who's like a once a generation type player, why would you piss off an opportunity to see him play, All right, hotter than L. I will say once again, shouts to Hot Ones and First We Feast. These are like all flavor and then the heat. Like the flavor on that's really, really, really good. But now that one's like a lower heat. That one's sort of like right in here. Ironically enough, it's right below the skull. Woo-hoo.
You know how a Noel Gallagher compliment means more because it's coming from Noel Gallagher? A hot sauce curation compliment from Adam Richman means more because it's coming from Adam Richman.
Sean Evans, the fucking dude.
So in 2019, you took part in History Channel's nonfiction miniseries, The Food That Built America, which highlighted the food barons and empire builders that, for better or worse, shaped the way our country eats. Is there a historical event or movement that you think disproportionately affected the way Americans eat today?
That's a great question. I think to a degree, World War II, because you had canning was so prevalent for rations. Famously in Cleveland, Chef Hector Boiardi, yes, Chef Boiardi, whose facilities had gone initially canning sea rats for military, suddenly, was using it to make canned shelf-stable pasta. And little known fact, Cheetos, the way those were created, the guy bought for a song powdered cheese from the army. When the war ended, they had an abundance of this powdered cheese. So he made an extruded puffed corn snack and then tossed it in like government powdered cheese. So I think that the rapid industrialization of the World War II era, and I think the surplus of canning, shipping lanes, even things like powdered cheese, I think is a pretty big thing. But also I gotta tell you, I think this quarantine is gonna change a whole lot of things. I think as people move out of urban centers, people like, I have a garden now, people growing their own thing, baking their own bread, I think shit's gonna be very different. You know it's good because it's got the logo on it. It's very tasty. You guys did a great job. It's really good.
Thank you, Adam.
This was like a Caribbean one.
All right, Adam, as you're acutely aware, we have a recurring segment on our show called Explain That Gram, where we do a deep dive on our guest's Instagram, pull interesting pictures that need more context.
I'll keep my answer shorter this time.
What was it like chatting about motorcycles with Keanu Reeves?
Whoa, so cool. He was incredibly kind and incredibly sweet, and he liked my jokes about comparing his bikes to Voltron and asking if he was a fan of Eero Saarinen's architecture because of the lines of the bike. And literally, he would do things like I was saying, because your bike reminds me of Eero Saarinen, and he would turn around, look at me, and look away and go, architecture. It was so dope. But he was really lovely, and he was really patient. And then I think people were like taking advantage with the pictures, and he was like, hasta la pasta.
Why was meeting Jeff Goldblum one of the best days of your life?
Oh, yeah, Sean. No, he is the shit. I did a lot of research on him. So when I was walking off stage, I'll never forget this. I had, checked my mise en place, made sure the stove was good. I came down off the stage and there's Jeff Goldblum like coming up. And he goes, oh, if it isn't the famous Adam Richman. And I went, if it isn't 412's finest, which is Pittsburgh's area code. I go, this isn't 412's finest. He goes, oh, 412. Pittsburgh, yeah. And he couldn't be warmer, couldn't be nicer, said, take my number, responds to my text. And ironically enough, I don't know if you can see it in this camera, but that right there, it's not like I had a gang tattoo removed from my former gang career. That is a burn that I sustained during that cooking demo because someone had turned the heat up. And I refer to it as my Jeff Goldblum tattoo. So he references it in the texts he sends me and stuff. But a nicer guy there is none, an unbelievable piano player, and the guy's got fashion sense to burn. Best. I still talk about it like what an honor it was to give you your very well-deserved Webby Award. And ironically enough, subsequent to your well-deserved win, because think about it, you were winning on the same night as Hassan Minaj and Issa Rae and Desus and Mero and
that was a nice night.
And
you were very sweet. You were very sweet to give the speech, Adam. I appreciated it.
I was honored to do it. And it was funny. I've become somewhat friendly with the kid Mero. And I told him, I said I was backstage to give, your award. And there's Michael Douglas and stuff. And, fucking Gordon Gekko. And I'm like, it's the Bodega Boys. That night was amazing. And then I got to meet the great Tierra Whack, which no complaints. Okay. This is Seafire Gourmet. Seafire come out of my ass. Who thinks I'm sexy now? All right. Oh boy.
Yep, things are changing around here. So since the Travel Channel and Food Network wave that you were a part of, there's been an absolute explosion in food programming, from celebrities launching their own YouTube channels to shows like Ugly Delicious and Salt, Fat, Acid, Heat trending on Netflix. As an OG in this space, what excites you about the current landscape of food entertainment, and what makes you want to roll your eyes?
Okay, I want to be able to talk. This is like the first time I'm legitimately like, how many more do I have left? 3. This one's rough, Sean. I ain't gonna play. I'm trying not to do too much milk like a little bitch. Okay, what excites me? To me, I've always felt that if food becomes the domain of the well-heeled, the hyper-educated, then we're all kind of hopelessly screwed. Action Bronson doing Fuck That's Delicious. The great Raina Scully, who's on First We Feast doing Gochi Gang. Having new voices provides different access points. You bring a new audience in. If you get, someone that lives in Washington Heights that's of Dominican or Puerto Rican descent, seeing Raina breaking down tonkatsu and the intricacies and the wonderfulness of Japanese flavors that can be found in Manhattan, and it makes this person expand their culinary horizons, dope. And especially if it's done in the way that Raina does it, in the way that Action does it, where it's fun and it's a celebration. What makes me roll my eyes is when it's this rich person or this influencer is now just trying to diversify their platform. Like, I'm known for makeup tutorials, but I also really love food. Oh, the whole surface of my hump. The whole surface. Oh, this is not fun. Oh. Oh, this is such a bad idea.
That's a lot. That's all.
Is that too much?
Well, you tell me.
You've been saying that people have been drenching it. I want people to be like, yo, Adam Richman's a little bitch.
Yeah, but I feel like it's been too. So, urban gardening has been a la mode in recent years, and in these quarantine times, having that outdoor space, it's really a premium. And it seems like you've been really embracing the green thumb these days. What are you growing in your garden?
I'm growing basil, 2 kinds of basil, spearmint and peppermint, oregano, rosemary, jalapeno peppers, which I'm gonna burn every single one of them when this is finished. Man, this is a shit show right here, right now. Ooh, it's like Deontay Wilder just like teed up. Actually, more like what? Like.
There are a lot of bizarre do-it-yourself gardening tips that rank from, giving seedlings a spot of chamomile tea to prevent fungi, or leaving a can of beer out to attract slugs away from the plants. Are you doing anything outside the box with your garden?
It may be a little fucked up, but I think it's actually quite holistic. I found a dead bird in my garden, and I was like traumatized by it. Like I felt horrible that it had happened. And I dug up one of the pots, and I had just gotten a bunch of bulbs. My mom and I actually gave it a little bit of a bird funeral over FaceTime. I planted soil and fertilizer over it and put the bulbs in. And I must say those plants, those flowers, are growing at an exponential rate to everything else. Oh, boy. Oh, man. Is this the same shit that we had the last time?
Yep. Be careful with that one,
Isn't this the one that, like, Neil deGrasse Tyson was like, this one's bad. This one. There's so many experiences on this one.
Well, you know what? Neil deGrasse Tyson knows what he's talking about with that one. Be very careful,
I
Adam.
remember this one. This was the one that I was just like, this has no flavor. This is just penance. Oh, fuck. All right, whatever. I'm in it. Here we go. Ugh. Oh.
Yep.
Oh. God.
That was a lot. So, you've cooked with E40, you've cooked with Mike D, and you understand the cooking bona fides of people like Action Bronson and Trick Daddy. Which rapper do you think has the best real deal chops in the kitchen?
That's a great question. Probably Action, though, because he was an actual chef. And he's got, he's got a lot of culinary experience. He has a cookbook. And he also picks up on a lot of details as he travels. Oh, wow. That one's really shit after the other ones. Oh, man. Ooh. Action, like he's aware of things like you need to put a cork in with the octopus because it works enzymatically to tenderize it. Little things like that might escape someone that isn't a culinarian's eye. Oh, that was really bad, dude.
A hot debate throughout the history of First We Feast has always been about the best rap food lyrics. I know your brain's on fire right now and your mouth is ablaze, but under these conditions, are there any that stand out to you as especially excellent?
Me and Eric B. in a great big plate of fish, which is my favorite dish, but without money it's still a wish. That one is the first one to come to mind. I would say, gosh, oh wait a minute. My favorite one, Lil Wayne. Real G's move in silence like lasagna. The Beastie Boys. I went to White Castle and I got thrown out. White Castle burgers only come in one size. Do you remember that guy Gerardo?
Gerardo?
Yeah, he had that one song, Rico.
Suave. Yeah,
he was an actor in the
song.
movie Colors. He's the guy who shoots Robert Duvall at the end. He has a terrible lyric in that song. It's like, no woman that can handle a man like me. I eat him raw like sushi. And I'm very mad at myself that has somehow occupied space in my brain. I don't like that at all. Oh, shit and a half.
Oh.
I didn't realize this shit came out like that. Is that too much?
Yes, every wing for you is too much. But then at the same time, you're Adam Richman, so there's I don't
Fair
know
enough.
what to.
Yeah,
You know,
I got a reputation to protect.
You know, and to me, I always take on sort of like a guardian role when it comes to hot ones with celebrities. Like, I never want anybody to get hurt necessarily, so I'm always trying to protect them. But I guess with you, I should just witness greatness.
Yeah. Okay.
But you're pushing the envelope.
Oh.
So one of my favorite Adam Richman fun facts is that you graduated from the Yale School of Drama and actually had a little bit of a short-lived acting career before you broke through on Travel Channel. Between appearances on Law & Order, All My Children, and Joan of Arcadia, which particular performance are you most proud of from an acting perspective?
Joan of Arcadia, and the character was Butcher God. So I was a butcher at the supermarket, and I was God. And so very often, you know, if you have an under 5 role on a show, you're very seldom talking to a principal character, and if you are, you have two you have 2 lines. But I had a scene with Amber Tamlin. For someone who had just come out of school, it was just like super validating.
In the end, who won, man or food?
I think by virtue of the fact that I'm still here and been able to sustain a career in food television for 11 years after making my name with like 8-pound burgers and 7-pound burritos and stuff, and being able to show I could do more than that, you know, I feel that much like Khaled, all I do is win, 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 no matter what. By the way, I'm really upset with myself for not calling out collard greens for my rap lyric with Kendrick. Okay. Too much for a last dab? For all my fans and for Hot Ones fans that enjoy seeing me in pain, and I know you're a great interviewer. You know, again, our friendship aside, I've always appreciated your talent. So whatever you ask me, I really want to be able to make a proper asshole of myself during it.
Cheers, my man.
Nicely done, bro. Appreciate the technique.
Okay, Adam Richman, here we are at the end of your Hot Ones sequel, and we've explored your polymath sensibilities over 9 wings, and we just have one more to go. And to close things out, what we want to do is combine your deep food expertise with a bit of Hot Ones history. You were one of our first famous fans, and then now you're a fan favorite. And me sitting over here, I've heard a lot of crazy shit from the other side of the table when it comes to food and takes. So what I want to do here is bounce some of the craziest food takes that I've ever heard while doing interviews on Hot Ones to get the perspective from Adam Richman himself. So we're coming full circle here.
I'm gonna have to let out the quarantine long hair don't care vibes. All right,
on the topic of burritos, just last week, T-Pain said, if you eat a burrito sideways, it turns into a taco eventually.
It's a great theory, and it's a good bumper sticker, but like, maybe if you ate it like a corn on the cob, like typewriter style. My nose is on fucking fire, by the way. But like, if you went like maybe it's like a little bit of like a dough canoe.
Post Malone gave the nod to Whataburger over In-N-Out, saying, please bro, In-N-Out is like a frilly little patty. I need something with some hair on its chest, cuz.
Animal style or not, I just can't fuck with their fries, but their burgers are outstanding. And I gotta think, like, just profound musical talent aside, you need to check yourself a little bit because you are taking a lot of advice from a guy with a lot of face tattoos.
All right, despite being from Staten Island, Pete Davidson claimed that L&B in Brooklyn is the best pizza in New York.
It's the best Sicilian slice. I'll say that. If you want, sorry, I just got that little lava drip. But also Staten Island, there's that place that he works in King of Staten Island, Danino's, that's supposed to be pretty good. And they're a great restaurant too. The best in all of the city. Within Sicilian, I'll say yes, but there are other great pizzas.
Well, there you have it, the final word from Adam Richman, and look at you, you champion, taking down the wings of death. Please let me do the honor of rolling out the red carpet for you, my friend. This camera, or possibly a camera B if you've set one up, let the people know what you have going on in your life.
Thank you, Sean. Always a great time being here. Thank you to Chris. Thank you to everyone at Complex and First We Feast. You guys have always treated me with lots of love and respect, and to the viewers there, and to everyone who ranks these Hot Ones episodes, I better make the fucking top 10. And whoever handles the social media account, I was super bummed I didn't make that whole cafeteria meme.
Brett Baker, he's coming for you.
Broke my heart. I have a brand new YouTube channel, Adam Richman's Quest for the Best. The first series is the biscuit reviews from an American that you didn't even ask for, where I review British biscuits from around the world, actually, and take them through a dunk test. Also, Catch History Channel. And for those of you in the UK, Adam Richman's Supperman will be airing on Dave, and my brand new series, which we'll be shooting hopefully in November, if all goes well, if all y'all wear masks. It is called American Made, and that's also on the History Channel.
Great job, Adam. Great job.
Thank you, buddy. Whew. Right now, I'm probably gonna just have a really, really rough night and be very grateful for moist towelettes.
What is up, Cam Fam? 'Tis I, Vampire Guy Bill, for another Heatinest Hot Ones unboxing video. Let's see what's inside. Ooh, a sticker! Perfect for decorating one's coffin. And what's this? Hot Ones Classic Blue Label, Garlic Fresno Edition. Now with 10, times more garlic. I can't do this. Can we cut? I can't do this. Do you see the problem with me doing this? Sound guy, do you see the problem? I'm a vampire and it's garlic. You can do this, Vampire Guy Bill. You can do this. Hey, that's delicious. Hot Ones Classic Garlic Fresno Sauce. So good, even a vampire will try it. Only at heatinest.com.